Today I'm out here at this park and I'm going to be setting up an antenna, but I'm not going to be doing it out here in the field. Today I'm actually going to be doing this in the parking lot, which might be the scenario that you're stuck in when you're trying to get on the air. Now today I'm out here with my pickup truck and I'm going to be setting up a mast, an antenna mast on the back of the truck so we can get on the air. I'm not actually going to get on the air today, but I'm going to show you how easy this is using this receiver hitch. This is a new hitch, similar to one I did in a previous video. Today I'm going to be showing you this receiver hitch, not this specific one. I've already made a video on this one. This was made by AA1HE, Harry English, and he is selling these. I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to get right to that. Now this version is a little bit different than the last one, so let's go over some of the comparable differences, and then I'll show you how this thing works. Now both these receiver hitches are the same size. 34 inches long on each model, and the center part holding the mast is 10 inches on both units. Both models have the center screw in the center of the mast holder, so you can put a thumb screw in to hold your mast and keep it from moving when you're setting it up. So here's the first difference between these two. The original model weighs in at 9.5 pounds. The new version comes in at 6 pounds, which is 3 pounds lighter than the original model. So if you have a receiver hitch in the back of your vehicle, like in this case my truck, they're set up for 2-inch square tubing, and both these are made out of 2-inch square tubing and fit perfectly in the back of this. So now let me show you what separates this apart from the original model, the version 1.0. And I guess you don't necessarily have to put in your receiver hitch bolt into the back to hold this in place, but man, the last thing I want to do is have an antenna put on here and the thing pull out. Now we already know that this is set so that the tailgate clears it. We've got plenty of room here, which is fantastic. So now let me show you what makes this different from the other receiver hitch, version 1.0. And one thing you're going to need to get with either one of these receiver hitches is you're going to need this. I think it's a 3/8 inch wing nut. These aren't very expensive, and to keep costs down, Harry says he's not including these in the receiver mount. So when you put your mast in here and keep this from sliding, what you get over what the other one didn't have is this capability. There's some resistance so it doesn't just fall over. So if I have 5 pieces of mast on here, this thing's going to go where I need it to and not fall straight to the ground. And something else you're going to need to purchase at your local hardware store. I got this at one of our farm stores. It's just one of these bolts you get for some farm equipment. They're only a couple bucks. And that keeps this from rotating. If you want this unit to be in its sideways position, you drop your bolt in here, and now it's not going anywhere. So now I'm going to put a few poles on here and show you the difference. Instead of having to put this thing all together on the ground, we can rotate this thing to make it easier for us as we're putting this up. I got my first mast section in, and it's secured down here with the wing nut. Give it a twist. Now I can put the rest of them on. At 3 sections, these are the aluminum sections, so they're a lot heavier. This is when it starts to move. Now I'm not setting up to actually get on the air, so I'm only going to use these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. And now that I've got these 5 sections in, all I have to do is drop my pin in, and that's going to keep it from going anywhere. Now if I wanted some extra stability to keep this thing on the ground, I'm going to loosen my wing nut, drop it to the ground, and then tighten it back up. I think this is a huge improvement over the first version because all you have to do now is tilt this thing over, put all your sections together and tilt it back up. That makes it easier. Now, I really like Harry's design from the perspective of having this rotating piece that's in here. So that the head will rotate. It's not super simple. It's hard for me to turn this outside, but when you have some leverage on it with the antenna masts on here, it's a piece of cake. This makes it pretty simple. These are primarily for those Army tent poles. If you have some other mast that's the 2-inch kind that will fit inside of this hole, that's going to fit perfectly. I like the design of these creases at the end here that fit into the receiver. I'm not sure if that's to make the metal fit better. Maybe the tube's just a little bit bigger, but it fits in perfectly, nice and solid, so the thing doesn't move around. Not all of them are that way. When they wiggle around, it makes it feel very unsecure. Now keep in mind, if you do order one of these brackets from Harry, they do not come with the thumb screw or the bolt that holds the unit from twisting around. And that's to save you money when you're purchasing one of these for yourself. Make sure you check the link down below with Harry's email. You can contact him and get current pricing and what it costs to ship it out to your location. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click that like button down below, and if you're new, consider subscribing. 7-3 for now. We'll see you guys on the next one.